with NFL Network now on the Westwood One Radio Network. At 43, TB12 is going for number 7, his first without longtime coach Bill Belichick. If Brady accomplishes that feat, the who needed who most conversation will soon follow. Now, while that makes for good shop talk, Brady's not playing into it at all. In fact, he says he's incredibly grateful for what Belichick has meant to his life as a coach and that he enjoyed 2 incredible decades in New England. Now, Tom's immediate goal is to hoist yet another Lombardi. He also maintains his goal of playing until he's at least 45. Aaron Rodgers caused some questions regarding his future in Green Bay after the loss to the Bucs in the NFC Championship game. Monday, Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst clarified Rodgers' future with the team, saying he would absolutely not trade Rodgers. Plus, he denied a report that the Rams made a run at Rodgers and added a strong endorsement of the presumptive MVP. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hindsight is 20/20. 2020 was a brutal year with a lot we couldn't control. Pandemic, economy, unemployment. What can we control? Our job, our career. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Live online classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español?
Hablo.
It's hablo?
Yes.
It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Well, coming up, we've got to look at world and California news, local news, sports, financial news, weather. We'll tell you about a train derailment. And, Gene, this does not surprise either you or I. The state of California came up with My Turn as a way to answer questions about the COVID pandemic and can you get vaccinated? And the California system, My Turn, really doesn't work.
They came to that conclusion.
They just rolled it out and said, it's really a dumb website, a dumb site. You can't really navigate through it. And it's not user-friendly. And besides, it's all, Anyway, you would think, California, the leader in the tech industry, right, with Silicon Valley?
That's the rumor I've heard.
Okay, you would think that, DMV would have a website that actually worked. And, better yet, EDD would have a website that would work. And there wouldn't be some, $10 billion in fraud that took place?
A bunch took place in the past tense, but they're seeing, they're watching things for a possible uptick again.
Yeah. I mean, you would think the leader in the tech industry with Silicon Valley, you'd think that we'd have an edge in things like that.
Well, we have an edge. It's just for the wrong reasons.
Well, what it is to the legislators, it's not sexy to spend money on upgrading infrastructure and systems.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so they don't do it. Oh, well, anyway, we've got some birthdays.
That's what I understand.
Okay, today. It's February 2nd. It's Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go out and look for a burrowing owl on one of the ditch banks.
Be careful.
Okay, yeah.
Those are on the endangered list.
Well, not only that, but if they're on a nest, they will attack.
And they will.
Okay. Comedian Tommy Smothers is 79.
Mom always liked you best.
Yes, the yo-yo guy, I think. Anyway, singer Graham Nash, 74. The Hollies, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actor Michael T. Weiss, 54. Comedian Adam Ferrara, is 50. Actress Jennifer Westfeldt, 46. Actress Marissa Jarrett Winokur is 43. Shakira is 39. Actress Zosia Mamet is 28. We got local birthdays coming up. It's tough being a kid these days, and kids going hungry shouldn't be a problem. The Imperial Valley Food Bank needs your help. Food insecurity in the Imperial Valley is on the rise. The Imperial Valley Food Bank's backpack program has more than doubled during the pandemic. Through this program, schools distribute backpacks with needed items to make sure no kid or family goes hungry during the weekend when no school food service is available. Become a hunger warrior. Donate to the Imperial Valley Food Bank and the Backpack Program. Let's celebrate our KXO birthdays. Happy birthday, Adresito Palacios, Michelle Areola, Annette Navarro, Robert Allen, William Diaz, Eduardo Estrada, Caitlin Rivera, Gabriela Hernandez, Hector Sosa, Priscilla Dorame, Sierra Boyles, Seraphim Cabell, Barbara Ellis, Benji Lutz, Cesar Sanchez, Chelsea Webster, Erica Schiffer, Esther Bejarano, Georgina Alvarez, Javier Potter, Jaden Perez, Jennifer Mistrio, Loretta Zanetti, Melissa Flores, Sharon Yates Garner, Victor Rocha, Sienna Singh, Karina Luz Valdez, Juanita Rocha, and Gloria Brister. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, there's your reminder. You have no excuse for forgetting.
Yep, it's an easy one to remember.
Okay. And if Gloria sees her shadow today, does it mean anything?
You'll have to have her interpret. That's a very specialized thing. So,
okay, we'll have to check. Anything else exciting going on?
Well, there's in the news, we're going to talk about a train derailment. That's something you don't talk about every day or every week.
Yeah.
We'll have the latest COVID information available. So that ought to get things started for the morning.
And we're getting a little bit more information coming out on the train derailment. Chief Cesena, right there. What a guy. Getting us the information that we need. So we'll be able to update that for you. And we'll see what else is going on. Right now, it's a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, you call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
There is new information in a breaking news story from Sunrise, Florida, where officials say a suspect shot at FBI agents as they tried to serve a warrant in a child pornography case. WFOR TV's Brooke Schaefer on the scene.
An agent on the scene told me there are injuries, but couldn't go into any more detail. Sources tell our partners at the Miami Herald 5 agents were possibly shot, 2 gravely injured, 3 are not in serious condition.
In a new filing, House impeachment managers accused former President Trump of being singularly responsible for the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Mr. Trump has until noon to outline his defense. There's a recall you'll want to know about if you drive a Tesla. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
The vehicles, 2012 through 18 Model S sedans and 16 through 18 Model X utilities, have touchscreens that can fail. The government says that's a safety risk because the screens control most of the vehicle's functions.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Whatever the weather brings this winter, you can rely on a York Affinity Premium system to keep your home warm and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bills. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties. Affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, at 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. York Install Confidence. Contractor's license 696216.
California headline news. With hospitalizations and newly confirmed cases decreasing, health officials are hopeful that the worst of the latest COVID surge has passed. Since the positivity rate for people being tested has been falling for weeks, fewer are ending up in hospitals. Outdoor dining permitted again in LA County, but health officials warn there are strict guidelines.
Only members of the same family can sit at the table together, and TVs and other screens used for broadcasting content cannot be in use.
Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer. Backers of the drive to recall Governor Newsom from office having success in their petition gathering efforts. Now former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer says if there's a recall election, he's in.
I'm Kevin Faulconer, and it doesn't have to be this way. We can clean California, and it starts at the top.
Faulconer posting his candidacy announcement online. If enough signatures are gathered by mid-March, a recall election could happen in July. More rain in Northern California today, snow in the mountains, a dry spell on the way. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist.
Chrissy is refinancing her home, so she shopped around for the lowest rate and found it at Amerisave.com, setting her up for a lifetime of savings. It's one decision she'll never regret, unlike wearing tap shoes to a surprise party.
Sorry, guys. Just trying to find the perfect hiding place.
Pretty regrettable, Chrissy. Unlike finding that low mortgage rate at Amerisave.com that's got you on your way to a lifetime of savings. Amerisave's rates won't be this low forever, so go to Amerisave.com now. Lower mortgage rates mean higher savings. Call 866-514-SAVE or visit Amerisave.com/licensing for cost information, terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all states except New York. NMLS number 1168.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's page one of the local news. Page one, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They've got two locations in the valley, one in Brawley at Highway 86 and Julia Drive. That's in the Brawley Auto Center. And on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning, train derailment reported in El Centro. Yesterday evening, just before 11 p.m., the El Centro Police and Fire Dispatch Center began receiving multiple 911 calls reporting a train that had derailed at the intersection of 8th Street and the railroad tracks. The first El Centro Fire Department engine company arrived on the scene just after 11 p.m., 5 minutes after the initial 911 call. On arrival, firefighters found 31 railroad cars from Union Pacific Railroad that had come off the tracks and rolled on their side. A second alarm was transmitted, adding 3 engine companies, 1 fire chief, 1 deputy chief, and 1 battalion chief for the city of Calexico, the city of Hopeville, and Imperial County Fire Department. Initial reports on the scene included rail cars derailed, beginning at Imperial Avenue and ending east of 6th Street. Firefighters assessed the rail cars for hazardous materials release. All rail cars were found to be empty, and no leaks of residual materials were noted. Approximately 50 homes were evacuated because of the derailment. A shelter was established at the Martin Luther King Pavilion for evacuees, and the American Red Cross assisted about 50 residents. All evacuation orders and warnings were lifted at 2:50 this morning. No injuries to civilians or firefighters were reported. 3 engine companies, 1 quick response vehicle, and 3 chief officers from the city of El Centro responded with 14 firefighters. Mutual aid resources added 12 additional firefighters to the scene for operational support. Other cooperating agencies included the Red Cross AMR ambulance, the IID, City of El Centro Public Works, City of El Centro Parks and Rec, Union Pacific Railroad, and the El Centro Police Department. All El Centro Fire Department units assigned to the incident were cleared from the scene just before 6 a.m. this morning. The cause of the derailment is unknown at this time and is being investigated by Union Pacific Railroad personnel. Well, the latest COVID-19 numbers are in. Here's George Gale with the report.
The numbers are issued by the County Public Health Department. The number of deaths attributed to COVID-19 have gone up. A number is now at 549, 17 more than what was reported on Friday. The active cases of COVID-19 are now at 888, down 17 from the last report. Number of COVID-19 patients currently hospitalized is now at 78, down 2 from the Friday update. There are 4 ICU beds available in the county. New cases per day per 100,000 population is now at 29.29 as compared to 38.98 on Friday. Positivity rate is down slightly, 24.08% as compared to 24.71% reported in the Friday update. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro suggest the works, including tire rotation and pressure check, brake inspection, fluid top-off, battery test, filter check, belts and hoses check, and synthetic blend oil change with up to 6 quarts of Motorcraft oil plus oil filter. You can't beat the works. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in Brawley and El Centro, ready to serve.
In other local news, female artists are wanted. They are being sought by the City of Calexico Rec Department and the Calexico Arts Council. The 2021 Women in the Arts virtual exhibit will be released this coming Monday, March 8th. It will be available on the Carmen Durazo Cultural Arts Center Facebook page and on the Calexico Rec Department website. The exhibit will be in celebration of International Women's Day. The deadline to register is Thursday, February the 18th. To register or for more information, go to Calexico Recreation's website. Weinert Road has been closed. George Gale has the story.
It is due to a sinkhole. County Public Works Department has said the road will be closed until further notice. Closure is between Forrester and Larson roads. Motorists are asked to find an alternate route. Public Works has not released any details on that sinkhole. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. The Imperial Valley Business Recovery Task Force, in partnership with Imperial County Public Health Department and Cal OSHA, is sponsoring no-cost webinars to educate businesses on new state COVID-19 labor laws. Presentations include labor laws, health, and environmental services issues. Businesses attending will receive complimentary labor law posters, access to designated testing times, masks, sanitizers, and access to contact tracing technology. For date and times and to register, visit ivbizrecovery.com. That's ivbizrecovery.com. It's page 2 of the local news, along with the weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. You can see David, you can see Jose. They've got answers to your questions about life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
Continuing with more local news, the Imperial County Board of Supervisors have a meeting today. Here's George Gale with the story.
It is a regular weekly meeting. The board will receive their weekly update on COVID-19 in the Imperial County. Updates are given by the board to the board by the Public Health Department. A board is scheduled to discuss a resolution for giving Imperial County Business Stabilization Lending Program loans, and it authorizes the remaining $250,000 to be awarded through the application process and then be forgiven as well. The supervisors will be asked to approve the Fifth Amendment and continued extension of the payment date for the Agricultural Benefit Program loan made to the California Ethanol and Power. Behavioral Health Department will ask the board to approve a resolution for a budget amendment to increase encumbrance amount and funding for approved contract agreements in an amount not to exceed just over $2 million. There will be no fiscal impact to the county's general fund. Funds will come from federal Medi-Cal, state realignment, and state aid Prop 63 funds. Board will be asked to support the First Amendment with the Imperial Valley Regional Occupational Program for project work for fiscal year 2020-2021 in an amount not to exceed $1,150,000 funded by CSS. Interested can view the meeting via live stream available on the county website. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Brawley City Council meets this evening for a regular scheduled meeting. Here's more on that story. It will begin at 6 p.m. The meeting can be viewed live at facebook.com, the hub at Brawley EOC. The council will receive an update on the City of Brawley declaration of local emergency as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. They will be asked to declare an emergency and ratify act taken by the city manager and approval of the replacement of alpha centrifuge for biosolids generation at the wastewater treatment plant. The City Council is also expected to hold the first reading of an ordinance adopting rules and regulations for sidewalk vendors that choose to do business in the Brawley City Parks. Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors have a regular scheduled meeting this afternoon. Here's more on the story.
The public portion of the meeting begins at 1 this afternoon. Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors has a relatively short action agenda. They will discuss appointments to various boards and organizations. They will discuss janitorial cleaning service secondary war proposal and discuss the 2021-2022 legislative priorities, and they will discuss 2019 On-Farm Efficiency Conservation Program final true-up. The meeting can be viewed via live stream available on the IID website. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Have you received notice that your Medicare health plan is changing or going away? Are you turning 65 soon? Or are you newly eligible to Medicare and have questions about your Medicare options? Then give David or Jose a call at David H. West Insurance, the ABCs of Medicare. Don't delay. Call David H. West Insurance Services now at 760-352-3411. That's 760-352-3411. That's David H. West Insurances.
Here's Carroll Buckley with a look at the weather.
The National Weather Service says strong high pressure across the region and decreasing clouds today should boost high temperatures up to around 80 degrees this afternoon. Above normal temperatures will last through tomorrow before a weak weather disturbance passes mostly to the north. After a brief cool Thursday into Friday, temperatures are likely to warm back to just above normal starting this weekend, while dry conditions most likely will prevail through at least early next week. Our high yesterday, 67. The low, 57. There was a trace of precipitation. Mostly sunny today with a high near 80. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming calm. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 55. South wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast later. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny, high near 79, west-northwest wind 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 85 miles an hour. 58 degrees downtown, 67% relative humidity, wind out of the west-southwest 3 to 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services. Coming up, sports time.
EEO Corporation in El Centro is looking for immediate hiring of experienced flux core welders and fitters and industrial painters. Please apply in person at EEO Corporation, 1002 East Evan Hughes in El Centro, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For details, please call Human Resources at 760-337-0020, extension 103. This is a great opportunity for experienced flux core welders and fitters and industrial painters. So call or stop by EEO Corporation at 1002 East Evan Hughes in El Centro. Call 760-337-0020, extension 103.
It's sports time, and sports time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action, the Lakers ripped the Hawks 107-99. Hornets in overtime topped the Heat 129-121. Cavaliers nipped the Timberwolves 198. Bulls beat the Knicks 110-102. Bucks, they embarrassed the Trailblazers 134-106. Kings topped the Pelicans 118-109. Rockets rolled. They beat the Thunder 136-106. Suns edged the Mavericks 109-108. Grizzlies pounded the Spurs 133-102. Pistons and the Nuggets postponed.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District is open and ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, after Major League Baseball Players Association rejected a proposal by Major League Baseball to delay the start of the season, the league said it would start spring training and the regular season as scheduled. Yeah, I can't wait for the labor negotiations that'll take place later. Oh, Super Bowl Sunday coming up. Sunday, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. An estimated 23.2 million Americans plan to bet on Super Bowl 55. Yeah, a decrease, significant decrease from last year. Yeah, it's not about the game. It's about the line, the over-under. Yeah, how can I make money on this? We've got game Sunday. Our coverage starts at 11 a.m. The Chiefs and the Buccaneers on AM 1230. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. It's time for financial news and a brief look at the weather. Brought to you by Southwest Security Services, a locally owned security service protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan to the public. Well, the hedge funds, the hedge funds that bet against GameStop and other stocks have been crushed by the Reddit army, and that's infecting the rest of Wall Street. The most heavily shorted stocks have nearly doubled in value over the last 3 months, according to Goldman Sachs. Those staggering gains created distress for short sellers, setting off a negative spiral in the broader markets. The past 25 years have witnessed a number of sharp short squeezes in the U.S. equity market. Goldman Sachs strategist wrote in a note published yesterday, but none as extreme as has occurred recently. For context, the most heavily shorted stocks with market values above $1 billion rose by more than 77% during the second quarter of last year. Meanwhile, Pfizer expects to earn approximately $15 billion in revenue from its COVID-19 vaccine this year, according to the company. Its fourth quarter earnings report was the first since Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine received emergency use authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in December. Pfizer has shipped 65 million doses so far, including 29 million to the U.S. The company expects to have delivered 200 million doses to the U.S. by the end of May. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrials up 535 points at 30,745. The S&P 500 up 56 at 3,830. NASDAQ up 167 at 13,570.
Southwest Security Company is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, they can do that too. You can count on Southwest and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
It will be mostly sunny today with a high near 80. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming calm. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 55. Southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, turning out of the north-northeast later. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 79. West-northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as 25 miles an hour. Scattered sprinkles reported. We have 58 degrees, 67% our relative humidity. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, now offering 24-hour-a-day post boxes. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
The best oldies on the radio.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Shootout in South Florida. Federal agents hit as they tried to do their jobs. At least 2 were reportedly killed. CBS's Jim Crisula.
Several FBI agents have been shot while serving a warrant in a child exploitation case in South Florida. The incident involved a suspect barricaded inside a house in Sunrise, Florida, outside Fort Lauderdale. The shooting happened about 6 this morning.
Police in Muskogee, Oklahoma, say a suspect is in custody in connection with shooting deaths at home.
When officers went inside the scene, they discovered 4 children had been shot and 1 adult male.
That's a police official. The man and 5 children were killed. House Democrats who will prosecute former President Trump at his impeachment trial say in a brief he pointed a mob like a loaded cannon just before the Capitol rampage. Now to the White House, CBS's Weijia Jiang says there will be new executive action today on immigration.
President Biden is signing 3 executive orders, creating a task force to help reunite families and children separated at the southern border, reviewing the way asylum seekers are processed at the border and looking at restrictions on legal immigration.
Maine Republican Susan Collins says she hopes a 2-hour meeting at the White House with the president yesterday is just the start of an effort to bring the sides together on a COVID relief plan.
Talk further at the staff level and amongst ourselves and with the president and vice president.
Loony lies and conspiracy theories are cancer for the Republican Party. That's what the Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell said as he blasted Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. On CBS This Morning, Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy.
I agree with him entirely. We have to move beyond what someone thinks might be true because it's on the internet into what is true as best as we can understand it.
Green fired back, saying the real cancer for the GOP is weak Republicans who only know how to lose gracefully. It's a day to dig out in the Northeast after the powerful winter storm that left between a foot and 2 feet of snow.
I came out for Roxall, actually, so that, I could clear out from my house.
He's dealing with deep snow in Oakland, New Jersey. CBS News meteorologist David Parkinson says for some, the storm is not over.
Those totals of 30 inches in New Jersey could easily bump to 31 or 32 without question. The highest totals today are going to be in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. We're probably looking at 4 to 8 inches in the White and Green Mountains, at least on top of what they have already.
Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 570 points. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Without more licensed workers, Gary's roofing business might hit its ceiling.
Hey, that new contract just got pushed up. We are going to need all hands on deck to make this happen.
Hey, Gary, you booked me on that other job next week.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed is 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World.
The year is 2019, and someone is getting up to use the bathroom at the stadium.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Excuse me? You mind if I just squeeze my hip?
This has been The Sounds of the Old World.
Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
A personal revelation from a Democratic lawmaker who took shelter in an office bathroom during the attack at the Capitol.
Democratic New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, while talking about her experience during the assault on the Capitol on Instagram Live, also says she's a survivor of sexual assault. Ocasio-Cortez says of those who say that it's time to get past what happened on January 6th.
These folks who tell us to move on, that it's not a big deal, that we should forget what's happened, or even telling us to apologize. These are the same tactics of abusers.
The Congresswoman says that during the assault on the U.S. Capitol, she hid in her office bathroom and could hear people in her office yelling for her. Ocasio-Cortez says she thought she was going to die. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Major League Baseball will go ahead with an on-time start. Players rejected a plan that would have delayed things a month. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
So there's this guy, and his name is Jose, and he's healthy, he's got a happy family, he's busy running his own payroll company in Texas, goes to the doctor and gets news you never want to hear, cancer. And here's the thing, he had switched from medical insurance to MediShare, which is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry. So the question for Jose and his wife Estrella was, is this really going to work? Especially after they got hit with an $85,000 bill.
That bill was paid so fast that it was amazing.
We didn't have to worry. They paid right away. All his doctor visits. It was just amazing.
So yes, MediShare works. Typical family $600 a month when they switch to MediShare. But it's not just about the money.
Just to have believers knowing that they're praying for you, it melted your heart.
And I tell you, I have nothing but great things to say about MediShare.
Why wait? You can call now, 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I have no words for it. I'm kind of shocked right now, actually.
With Carroll Buckley.
Not that I like it, but I do.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230.